Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. This is our ninth lecture, and we will discuss the rotational motion with constant angular acceleration. For this purpose, we have to consider a rigid object such as a compact disk which can rotate about a fixed axis with constant angular acceleration as shown in figure below. Here we can see a compact disk which can rotate about this fixed axis. This is its axis of rotation, and by this arrow we can guess the direction of rotation of this compact disk, which is clockwise direction, and by the application of right hand rule we can point the direction of angular velocity of this rotating compact disk in a way that we curl the fingers of our right hand, and the thumb will be pointing the direction of angular velocity. In this case, the angular velocity is in downward direction. If the disk starts rotating in counterclockwise mode, then the direction of angular velocity will be pointed upward. By definition of angular acceleration alpha, we can write the magnitude of this angular acceleration as alpha is equal to time derivative of angular speed. Means alpha is equal to d omega over dt, and this expression is marked as equation number 1. Rearranging this expression, and we can write d omega is equal to alpha dt, and we mark this expression as equation number 2. By integrating and applying the limits from ti to tf, where ti is assumed to be equal to 0 and tf is assumed to be equal to t, we can have from this left hand side of equation omega with limits ti to tf, and from this right hand side of the equation we will have alpha t with limits 0 to t. Applying these limits and rearranging the result, we will get omega f equal to omega I plus alpha t, and this is marked as equation number 3. We can see that if omega is replaced with v and alpha is replaced with a, we transform this equation into vf equal to vi plus at, which is the equation of linear motion with constant acceleration. Equation 3 can be used to establish some further relationships for angular motion, as we know that angular speed omega is expressed as time derivative of angular displacement. If we replace omega with omega f, then the expression takes the form omega f dt is equal to d theta. As we have previously established that omega f is equal to omega I plus alpha t. So we place the value of omega f over here and get this relationship. Omega I plus alpha t dt is equal to d theta. This expression can be integrated with limits 0 to t for this left hand side and initial angular position to final angular position for this right hand side. So integration with these limits will give omega I t plus alpha t square by 2 is equal to theta f minus theta I. This expression can be rearranged as theta f equal to theta I plus omega I t plus half alpha t square. This is our equation number 5. If for a comparison between angular and linear motion, we replace theta with s and omega with v and alpha with a. We will get s equal to s naught plus vit plus half at square, which is another equation of motion for linear case when the acceleration is constant. This expression, which is our equation 5, represents the angular motion with constant angular acceleration. From our equation 3, we can express the time as difference in two angular velocities omega f minus omega I over alpha. And if we place this value of t in equation number 5, we get theta f equal to theta I plus omega I into omega f minus omega I over alpha plus half alpha into omega f minus omega I over alpha raised to power 2 whole raised to power 2 whole square. Theta f is equal to theta I plus omega I omega f minus omega I square over alpha plus half omega f square plus omega I square minus 2 omega f omega I over alpha. Its simplification will give theta f is equal to theta I minus half omega I square over alpha plus half omega f square over alpha. Its further simplification will give omega f square equal to omega I square plus 2 alpha into theta f minus theta I. If theta f minus theta I is the total displacement traveled when omega I has been transformed to omega f under this constant acceleration alpha, then we can transform this equation in a similar case for linear motion. Just we have to replace omega with v, alpha with a and theta with s. So the equation in linear case will be 2as equal to vf square minus vi square. So this is the equivalent equation of our angular motion under constant angular acceleration. From equation 3 we can express the magnitude of angular acceleration as difference in angular speeds omega f minus omega I over t, and by putting this value of alpha in equation number 5 we get theta f is equal to theta I plus omega I t plus half omega f minus omega I over t into t square. One t will be cancelled with a square, and we will get theta f is equal to theta I plus omega I t plus half omega f minus omega I into t. This half omega I t with minus 1 coefficient will be deducted from this, and we will get theta f is equal to theta I plus half omega I plus omega f into t. So this term omega I plus omega f by 2 gives the average angular speed. Under constant angular acceleration when the object is in angular motion and it is under the influence of constant angular acceleration, its angular speed transforms from omega I to omega f in time t. So this will be average angular speed. If we replace s theta by s, then we will get s equal to s naught plus half vi plus vf into t. Vi plus vf by 2 will give the average linear velocity. So here we will place v average into t. This will again represent a well-known equation of linear motion, in which we have to find the total covered distance by knowing the total covered displacement by knowing the initial displacement or initial position, and when there is linear acceleration involved in the motion and the velocity is transformed from initial velocity to final velocity in time t. So this equation 7 is representing an equivalent case in the angular motion. So from all these deduced equations we conclude that these kinetic expressions for a rigid object under constant angular acceleration are of the same form as those for a particle under constant linear acceleration. Here we have an assignment. Assignment is example 10.1 in the book Physics for Scientists and Engineers by Survey and Javed, and the book is 9th edition. Thank you.